What is going on, everybody? It is Josh with Ohio Gains here today, bringing you another supplement review video. You are going to see me squinting a little bit, but I did want to do a video outside just because it's so nice out here in Ohio. As you might have noticed, we do have a rebranding of the page. So we were AVS Fitness. We are now labeled Ohio Gains because I am Ohio based, right in Columbus. Brand new apparel store has launched. I know I've been really quiet about this, but I'm also really excited about it. There's going to be a link in the description below. We've got a whole Ohio collection. If you're also a local Ohio native, this is our Ohio Local Gains sweatshirt. The company itself is called Stay Motivated, and essentially that's going to be our branded apparel, and then Ohio Gains is the YouTube and eventually podcast portion, which we'll get into. But I'll do a whole nother video on that today. I just wanted to bring you guys another review because it has been a while. And this is actually one of my favorite reviews to date because it's one of my favorite products to date. So this is another Axe and Sledge product coming from Seth Feroce. This is Demoday. I know I've touched on it in other videos in the past, but essentially this is whatever you want it to be. Pre-workout, intra-workout, post-workout, or all three. It is primarily a carb supplement. I've become a huge fan of carbohydrate supplements. These are particularly my favorite on days that are lower carb, because I'll be 100% honest with you. If you're getting in 400 to 500 grams of carbs a day, if you're carb loading, really not necessary to have a product like this, or you can even replace this with food. This is a product to use on those days when either you work out really early in the morning or late at night and you haven't eaten in a while, or you are running a lower carb day and you want to allow yourself, 80, 90, 100 calories of carbs just to get the blood flowing. Couple things I really like about this. I have done other carb products that were strictly carbohydrates. They were okay, but what's different about this one is not just the carbs, but what's in it and the type of carbs. You'll see oftentimes dextrose, sugar carb supplements. The key here is to have something that is fast digesting, that's not going to put a stress on your GI system while you're training, but also slow enough to where it's not sugar just running through you. So the blend of this one is two. So there's carb 10, which is mainly a starch from peas, and then cluster dextrin. Okay, so both of these in conjunction together make the perfect carb blend for, again, a training session that's not going to upset the stomach. I have never had an upset stomach on this, and trust me, I've had upset stomachs on carb products. This is not one of them. A couple other things that I like about this, almost more so than the carb portion, are the actual ingredients in here that are going to help your training. So it's not strictly carbs. Specifically for the carbs, there's alpha lipoic acid, or ALA, as you've seen it abbreviated, as well as cinnamon bark. Both of these things are essentially for, you've probably seen them in things like Glycolog or Redcon One's RPG supplement I did a review on. It's essentially a nutrient partitioning agent. So this is going to help shuttle the carbohydrates into your muscles specifically, where you're obviously going to get the most benefit from them. The other two things in here, taurine and glycerol powder. So glycerol powder is essentially a pump ingredient. So this is going to be right up the alley of arginine, agmatine, citrulline. I honestly use this as a stimulant-free pre-workout as well. I primarily use this as a pre-workout or an intra-workout. You can use it as a recovery feature as well for after your workout. I would really only recommend that if you are an athlete, you're doing extremely long endurance training, or if you're having like 2 or 3 hour weight sessions. This works better for me personally before or during the workout. Gives me a little bit better pump, some more energy and blood flow. But like I said, this is, at the moment, probably my favorite training supplement. I've kind of gotten away from heavy stim pre-workouts, so I rely heavily on this. In terms of the nutrients, 90 calories, 25 grams of carbs, only 2 grams of sugar. And believe me, that's important. I have had carb powders that were 25 grams of carbs, 25 grams of sugar. So it's really important to make that distinguishing feature from this versus other ones. Again, Axe and Sledge products are extremely high quality. They tend to be a little bit higher on the price point scale, but in my opinion, if you can swing it, it's definitely worth the money. So I definitely recommend this. But anyway, guys, keep an eye out on the website. New apparel, there's a bunch of stuff on there right now, from shirts to sweatshirts to shorts to phone cases. I've even got a mushroom blend coffee that is amazing, but I'll link that in the bio. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comments, and I'll do a whole video dedicated to that later.